In this video, I want to run through 10 cards that I think would be good to storm off with Storm Force of Nature. First up, I have Manic Geyser. For red, and a 3, it adds red for each tap lands your opponents control. Now, Storm Force of Nature, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn has Storm. When you cast it, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. Now, let's say you've already cast 3 spells this turn, and then you cast Manic Geyser. Your 4th spell, you copy it 3 more times. Manic Geyser, let's say your opponents have 5 tap lands each. That's 15 red, 4 times is 60 red, which you can put into a fireball, or crackle with power, and kill your opponents that way. Another good spell, if you copied it 3 or 4 times, would be Time Warp. Take an extra turn after this one. 4 more turns, that's 4 more chances to storm off, 4 more card draws. You're probably going to be winning the game once you get to that point. Another card that I like copying 4 times would be Tasha's Hideous Laughter. For 1, a blue and a blue, it's a sorcery, which each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. Doing this 4 times would mill total mana value 80 or more. And that is a way to quickly mill out your opponents. So while Manic Geyser needed Manic Geyser to give you the mana, and then Crackle with power to win, this card, in theory, if you could copy it enough times with your Storm, Force of Nature, you could just win the game on the spot because of this card. Ice Storm, from the same Secret Lair, but also back from Revised and Unlimited, is 3 mana, destroy target land. If you've already cast 3 spells, you could destroy 4 lands. Utility lands, you can knock your opponents out of having if they have all swamps and 1 black-blue land, you can destroy the black-blue land and cut them off with blue. So that's another good card to storm off with Storm. Savage Beating is another type of card that's good. Cast a spell only during your turn and only during combat. It's an instant, you can trigger it. Untap all creatures you control after this phase, which is your combat phase. So you can copy that a couple different times. You can also, if you have entwined it, creatures you control gain double strike at end of turn. Now, the commander, whenever Storm deals combat damage to a player, double strike would mean twice. So you double strike, cast an instant, storm off with it. Your first strike damage would happen, you storm, you do it again. So, and those are all stacked. So Savage Beating and other untap, you get additional combat phase, but this one has more utility because it also can give our commander double strike. I will get the ability twice. Now, if you have a high enough storm count, you could use a card like a Bolt Wave. It deals 3 damage to each opponent. Now, you might be tempted to put Lightning Bolt, and that would be, flavorful. Lightning Bolt, there's literally Lightning Bolt in the card art, but same to Bolt Wave. Bolt Wave deals 3 damage to each opponent, though, while Lightning Bolt only does 3 damage to a single target. So if you can copy this enough times, you can storm off with Bolt Wave and kill your opponents. If you want a game changer, Jessica's Will, 2 and a red would fit that bill. For a sorcery, choose 1. If you control your commander as you cast this spell, you may choose both. Add red for each card in target opponent's hands, or exile a top 3 cards of your library, and you can play them this turn. Now, you can get a bunch of red, and you can exile a bunch of cards. You can keep casting them, and if you play another thing that gives you an extra combat, you could storm off with that. Farseek is 1. If you're not quite ready to win and you need more setup, you can play Farseek. So let's say you've done it 3 times, you get to search your library for 4 plains, islands, swamps, or mountains. So you ramp 4 times. And then the next turn, you have even more mana to play into your more expensive things. Frantic Search is another card. For 3 mana, it's an instant. You draw 2, discard 2, untap up to 3 lands. So all of your cast copies will go on the stack, and as you resolve 1 at a time, you'll tap the 3, and you can tap the same 3 lands. So if you do it 4 times, you can actually end up with 12 mana. And you've gone through, if you do it 4 times, 8 cards. And you have to discard 8 cards, sure, but you can get closer to your combo piece, closer to winning, and building up enough mana to even cast that spell. Seething Son is another mana generator if you just need red for Crackle with power. For red, 2, it's an instant. Add red. Do it 4 times, you have 20 red, Crackle with power, and you win. So, those are the 10 cards that I would definitely consider storming off with as a Storm Force of Nature. What cards do you enjoy playing in your Storm Force of Nature deck? I think drawing cards, Manamorphose type effects that give you some mana back and drawing multiple cards. Because you want to cast it, draw a card, cast it, draw a card, cast it, draw a card. That's how you get your storm count up, and then you can win with one of these 10 cards. But you let me know your thoughts in the comments below.